According to our guest, the federal government appears committed to lifting the industry out of the woods as it's considering the country's production of aviation fuel and creating a window for operators to access foreign exchange. On the downside, airfares may have to go up as operators fight to maintain their safety standards in a lean operating environment.
If you look at the economy of Nigeria, you can tell the aviation, or you look at any aviation industry in any country, you can tell what's happening to the economy. Nigeria is going through a hard time right now. We should face it, economy-wise, on two factors. One, the meltdown from the oil proceeds, oil selling at $50 a barrel. And two, with the Niger Delta crisis right now, where our output has dropped down to maybe 30% of where we should be. So automatically, it affects our disposable income as a country, or our capital outflow. So you look at it as aviation. People now don't just jump to travel. They think before traveling, because also at the age, there are other means of communicating for almost free or next to nothing. You can go on WhatsApp, you can go on Skype, you can go on email. So people are using other means to communicate than move. But aviation is, as I keep on saying, and I know, and we all know, is a pivot to any economy. To jumpstart any economy, you need aviation. I was one of the people, the founding members into Asaba Airport 7 years or 8 years ago. Asaba Airport had nothing when I did the landscaping or did the land search for Asaba Airport. I went back there to Asaba Airport 8 years ago. You can't even find the land. Asaba was in the middle of a forest between three communities, the Okpanam, the Asaba, and the Ibuzo people struggling for the land. Asaba Airport now today has brought the three communities to one town, because you can't tell the difference now, because there are airports, hotels, resorts, activities all booming around there. And it's even taking the commerce out of Onitsha to be the GRA of Onitsha, Asaba is, by opening the airport. As we all know, there's a restriction in the availability of the foreign exchange today in Nigeria. So everybody has to be put on a list to take a position. And we had a meeting with the central bank governor, who also expressed the views and the issues what Nigeria was going through. And he promised to look into it immediately. As of today, some of our members are actually confirmed that they've already started seeing the hands of central bank. Because for some people like us, like me, an operator, since September that this thing issue started, I've only received $62,000 since then. And you know, access to foreign exchange is critical to our operation, because you need the foreign exchange to buy your spare parts, to buy the airplane, to train the pilots, to keep the aircraft going, our consumables on the aircraft, the tires, our brakes, our spare parts, our rotables, are all foreign exchange based. And in order for us to stay within the safety envelope, not to stretch our safety, what we appeal to them is to be able to access foreign exchange. Because if you don't access foreign exchange, you start to have issues. Airfares are based on operating costs. And your operating costs have input from fuel, spare parts, and those things are determined by the foreign exchange. So when you take your foreign exchange up, or devalue your foreign exchange, and the oil prices go up, our fuel, like in Nigeria, our fuel has gone up. There's no choice apart from operating below the curve and being dangerous for the airline to increase their fare. Because 70% of our operating costs are directly or indirectly affected by the foreign exchange. and fuel. Right now, today, we're still getting some trinkles of foreign exchange at 197. So let's hope the 197 stays. We used to buy fuel for 115. The fuel companies and vendors have taken their fuel now to 150. So those things have to reflect. There's a talk about VAT being going up to 10%. If it goes up, we don't have a choice than to pass the VAT over to the customers. The airlines cannot take the burden or take the hit. They have to pass it down to the customers. But yes, we are very mindful of the fact that the disposable income or the income of the average Nigerian is being stretched right now. So increasing the airfare, it's something that we are taking very, very seriously. We can't just jump out there and increase the airfare because you have the customers that have a choice to go by road or the choice to go by air or to go by any other means. So we are looking at ways to try and minimize as much as possible the increase.
After the break, see how pilot strike in 2 European nations is heavily impacting on flight schedules. Do join us again.